Wow, DVD Weekly podcast, brother, for July 1st.
I know, that's crazy, man.
2025 was hard to
We
say.
are in July.
It's hard to believe.
Tuesday, yeah, nuts. Crazy.
I just opened my drink.
What is wrong with you?
What the hell?
Damn it.
You just handed it to me, and I opened it.
Do you have any celebrations of life?
Yes.
Because I don't.
Dude, I've got two.
Really?
But we'll talk about them in a minute.
All right.
Here's a little celebration.
Yeah.
Susan's birthday.
That's right, tomorrow.
Susan's birthday tomorrow. She's not feeling good.
Oh, no?
No, so we'll see what happens.
That sucks.
But guess what I got her for her birthday, brother?
Is it what I saw when I came into the house?
It is the mini meow, brother. It's a baby kitten.
We got a third cat in this house.
Third, yeah, it's got just what we need.
Holy cow.
Well, let me tell you,
it's like a zoo.
She said no to it, and she's been sent, but she keeps sending me pictures. Because what's going on is this is a cat. A cat got pregnant, and the owner is somebody who works at my wife's work.
Okay.
So, and I don't know, I don't want to say nothing. I don't want to make them sound bad. But I guess they're outdoor cats, so they were just kind of, off to nature you go.
Gotcha.
So we asked, what are they eating? And they said, we don't have any idea. They live outside. So I was like, Jesus.
Scavenging for food.
So, yes, it's a rescue kitten for sure.
Yeah,
But,
interesting. Well, there you go. She's a cute little kitty.
Yeah, it's actually a male.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with the letters M. Well, actually M. With the letters M right above his eyes.
Yeah.
There's a big...
Right, I saw that.
And wheat above the other eye. So we're trying to give him a name that starts with M.
Megan.
But we haven't...
Oh, it's a boy.
Oh, but we haven't figured it out yet.
Mother... Oh, no.
Easy.
Sorry.
God. How about Maleficent? Oh, wait, we tried that already.
Yeah, right.
We tried that with one of the other cats. Oh, Lord. But the dog, he could care less. He's like, okay.
He's like, whatever, another animal.
The cats, that's another story.
Not a fan.
They
so
sit
far.
and look at him. And they got these pissed off looks
Really?
on their face. Oh, my God. And if they'll come close to it.
Yeah.
And then
Hiss at it. Yeah.
and teeth come out. And it's like, holy
Good
crap.
Lord.
Yeah.
Well, they'll get used to him.
Well,
Maybe.
either that or they'll kill it.
Yeah, right. One or the other.
Just kidding. It's terrible. Brother,
Just don't let it in here while you're rocking.
yeah, you know what? And I thought about that because even though that poor little incident was with a poor little cat that was even smaller than this one, I mean, they were like newborn.
Right.
I think about it a lot. I don't let him on the floor
Right.
right now. I keep him up.
Gotcha.
And his little bed sits right here, and I kind of take care of him all day.
Yeah.
Thank God, though, he'll that little ratuna, he will eat all day.
Really?
And then I found out the kittens are supposed to eat every 2 hours.
Oh, really?
I did not know
I
that,
didn't know that either.
but he
I'm
does.
not a cat guy. I wouldn't
So
know that.
he'll eat, and then he likes to cuddle. So you can bring him up here and cuddle and play with him a little bit, and then he gets tired, and you pet him, you lay him in his bed and pet him, and he falls asleep.
He's out.
And he'll sleep for half hour maybe.
Yeah.
And then he wakes up again, he eats, and we start the cycle all over again.
Nice.
Brother, Mad 3D Lab is growing.
Nice. Yeah, I saw this. Another new machine in here.
Brand new printer. We now have 3
Holy moly,
printing
bro.
machines.
Factory going on.
Got a brand new Bamboo A1.
Nice.
It's everything I hoped it would be, brother.
Yeah?
We have the A1 Mini, but I needed something bigger so I could, like I have somebody now who wants me to do this it's like a shield.
Oh, okay.
And I couldn't do it because the Mini is just too small.
Gotcha.
So this one will do it.
Very good.
We are now it's so weird. You buy the thing, and then it starts making things to make it even better.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Like that action.
So that's where we are right now with that.
Very good.
So it's been a very busy week of all this
You've
madness
got a lot going on, man.
going on.
Yeah.
Also, brother, time to talk to the audience here because it involves them. We've been doing this show for how long?
Forever.
Lots of years, right? 20?
Over 20 years.
20 years. we have decided that we're going to allow commercials
Oh, yes.
to come into our life.
Correct.
And normally we wouldn't do that. But I'm trying to come up. We hate asking for money. I don't like it. I hate it. Our church is doing it right now, and I hate that. I hate it. And it puts a church in a bad position, right? Because they're like, well, this is the only way we.
Well, don't churches always ask for money?
They do, and I hate it.
I mean, that's just a normal.
Yeah.
They pass the collection plate around.
Yeah, but every time it happens, I cringe.
Oh yeah.
It's just weird to me. It's like, no, don't do this.
Don't pass it to me.
Not us too. But we do not pass the plate around.
Gotcha.
We don't do any of that business. In our church, if you want to bring money, you just take it and put it in a little folder, and there's a big box out. You can
Gotcha.
just slide it in the box. That's kind of better. But most people just do it by auto out on their debit cards and stuff. Because if you're a churchgoer, the Lord said 10%.
10%.
That's the only thing in life that's never gone up.
Really?
Because the Lord said it once.
Yeah. Right.
Unless he comes back and tells us otherwise. That's what's going to make him come back.
Yeah. Exactly.
You're still giving 10%? And you're making how much an hour? I know. I'm sorry. We're going to, I think what we're going to end up doing is 2 commercials will play before we start the show. And 2 commercials will play after we end the show. We do not have control over, the way we're going to set it up, we do not have control over the commercials. So we don't know what we're going to get. If we do get something that we don't like, we can then start narrowing it down. Mm-hmm. We're also thinking about doing commercials in the middle, but we'll see. I haven't quite decided if I want to do that or not. But anyway, so we're doing that because now we're going to have that, whatever that makes. We're going to have it. Brother's going to get half. The half, and who knows, it may not make $10. I don't know. But the half I make, I want to put back into the show so we can get better equipment.
Oh, yeah.
Better. Yeah.
Do that. Yeah.
So that will happen. I wanted to tell you guys before it just happened. We'll see about next week. I'm not sure yet, but I think we're going to do next week. I hope, and if you hate that idea, let us know. But I figured if those commercials are 60 seconds, and I don't know if they are or not.
Yeah.
But let's say they're 60 seconds, and I wouldn't imagine they'd be longer than that.
God, it better not be.
That's 2 minutes in the beginning, 2 minutes in the end. So there's 4 minutes.
Yeah.
4 minutes out of an hour.
And it's at the end, like when the show's over?
It's after when the show's over.
All right, good. So people can just be like, peace out.
Don't tell them that.
Peace out.
Stop. And then we may do it in the middle, which may be another 2 minutes. So 2, 4, it's 6 minutes in an hour. That's not bad, huh?
Let's not do it in the middle for now.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
Yeah.
We're not going to do it in the middle for
There
now.
you go.
Okay.
We don't need to flood people with commercials.
No. And I mean, come on. We put this off for 20 years.
Right.
Right? I could have done it years ago.
Yeah.
But I just didn't because I didn't want to. So anyway, we'll try it. If we
There you
don't
go.
like it, we'll kick them to the curb.
Love it.
Brother, sad week. We have lost 2 famous people that I actually have a tie to.
Really?
Yes.
Tell me more.
We'll start off with the first one. Do you remember the R&B group Yarborough and Peoples?
I do not.
Remember, Don't Stop the Music?
Oh, yeah, I know that
Right?
track.
Famous song. They had other songs too. Cavin, C-A-V-I-N, Cavin? Yeah. Cavin Yarborough, born in 1954, has passed away.
Damn it, Kevin.
Yeah. That was a good song too. That got
Yeah,
popular.
that's a good track.
They were really back in the day when I was at Q105. Oh no, wait. No, KMix 106.
K-Mix.
Broadcasting live, playing the R&B music in the middle of white cowboy town.
Yeah, that's right.
Which was quite interesting. No one. I kept waiting for all of the Ohioans to come with their pitchforks and do us in. Yarborough and Peoples came to the Ventura Theater for one of our anniversary shows. We had this big anniversary show in the Ventura Theater. So Yarborough and Peoples, they came in, and I noticed that he wasn't paying any attention to her at all. And it got to the point where she was like alone a lot. So finally, HT, he was the man back then. He was God, he was so far ahead of himself. He was doing scratching. That dude was famous. HT, whose father owned the radio station, and he was also a DJ, came up to me that night and he goes, "Will you do me a favor?" And I said, "What's that?" And he goes, "Will you just bodyguard Peoples? Because," he said, "she's all by herself and we just don't want her being alone." So I got to spend that whole night with her.
Interesting.
And she was very, very cool.
Huh.
I don't know
That's
what
super
she's
cool.
doing today, but yeah. So half that team no longer with us. I don't know. You know what? To be honest, I don't even know what her real name was. I doubt it was Peoples.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah. To be quite honest, I wasn't even sure if it was Peoples back then or if it was Peebles.
Right.
Oh, well. But she was really nice. She was just an average, everyday
Right.
woman. We sat and talked, and he was just all over all the girls there the whole time.
course,
So obviously, they didn't have much of a relationship. The other one, brother, funny, these are both singers. A teen idol singer, brother, and an actor. Do you remember Bobby Sherman?
Oh, that name's familiar.
Born in 1943. Remember the song "Julie, Julie, Julie, Do You Love Me"? That was his.
No.
That was huge.
Okay, no.
Huge hit. Well, if you saw a picture of him, you'd know who he is. Bobby Sherman was huge. Passed away. I have a link to Bobby Sherman.
Damn.
How weird is this?
That is weird.
I used to work in a magic shop in Thousand Oaks in California, and we had our own little magic shop that I used to work in. But then the owner had this big magic shop in Hollywood. So one day he asked me to come to the larger magic shop and work because they needed somebody there. So I said, okay, and I went in, and I'm doing my thing, and in walks Bobby Sherman. And I knew who he was.
Oh.
So he was a big top 40 guy. So he comes over and he's got a little boy with him, and it was his son, and I got to do magic for his son.
Oh, that's cool.
How cool is that,
That's
right?
pretty cool, yeah.
And he was the nicest guy, and we talked, and he bought some magic for his son, and
Super cool.
how neat is that?
That is pretty sweet, man.
So let's tip back our drinks.
Let's do
brother.
that.
You open yours. I already did.
Yeah.
To Calvin Yarborough from Yarborough and Peoples and Bobby Sherman, brother.
Wow. Not a good week to have a connection with brother.
My wife says that daily. Sorry.
That's good stuff.
Oh. Yeah, the cat was from my wife, right?
Yeah.
So it didn't really work out that way. So after the show today, I've got nothing else for my wife for her birthday.
Really?
No, we gave her the cat 2 nights ago. We gave her the cat in a big box with the cat pan and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It was full of toys and all that. That's what I gave her for her birthday. Well, Autumn has just pretty much taken over the cat. She comes home, they go into the bedroom, and you don't see it the rest of the night.
Gotcha.
So
it hasn't worked
Susan's
out
all,
quite the way. Yeah.
So and Autumn keeps going, I know what we're going to call it. And I'm like, no, you don't. Because it's not yours.
Right.
She started in on me even before we bought it. She said, well, he's going to sleep in my room, right? And I said, hold on a minute. Are we getting this kitten for you or for Mom? Because, again, the kitten was at work, and Autumn and Susan both work now at the same place. So I think Autumn really wanted this kitten.
That's hilarious.
But so now here it is. The birthday is tomorrow. I've got nothing. So as soon as we're done today,
You're going out?
I'm picking up Autumn and we're going out on the town. Dude, my wife is so hard to buy for.
Yeah, she is pretty hard to buy
Oh
for.
my God, she's hard to buy for.
Mhm.
It is the hardest thing in the world.
Yeah. Agreed.
But anyway, that's what we're doing, brother.
Very good.
That's my life, brother. That's my life. Your life now, on the other hand, is sports.
That's right, baby. I took one drink this liquid diet, and now I have the hiccups.
What?
Yeah. Like, it just happened right now. I don't know what's happening.
We went to church rehearsal last night. Autumn sings in the church band, and I work lighting. And the minute we stepped out of the car to go in, she got the hiccups.
Oh no. Oh yeah, I'm over here battling them. Like, good Lord, freaking hiccups. You know those people that like have that condition where they like hiccup all the time.
Yeah, I thought about that last night.
Can you imagine? I'd kill myself.
Yeah.
They drive me absolutely insane. Can you imagine just nonstop?
I get them, but they're usually very short.
I'm trying to get rid of them, but I can't even take a
I
break.
can scare the living crap out of you if you want me to.
Oh, that'd be great. Hey,
Drop these shorts. And... Sorry. Sorry.
the NBA Finals. God,
I know.
OKC are the champs,
I
man.
thought about you.
God,
There's people here in Seattle going, "Oh, it's so cool they won."
who?
I'm like, what? The disc jockey, the morning disc jockey.
Now, what a
on the
jackass.
end.
That guy's an absolute jackass. Like, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, I kept thinking.
Anybody
wow.
who lives in Seattle that rooted for KC should be slapped or murdered.
Whoa.
Like, that is the most ridiculous thing ever.
Murdered.
Why in God's name would anybody from here be excited that they won it? That just completely baffles me. I don't even understand. There was even a Seahawk that and he was like a lineman.
Yeah.
Struggling. Lineman or something. And he had a quote that was got viral about like,
Yeah.
anybody who lives in Seattle that roots for OKC just doesn't need to live here. Like, they just don't get it. Like, so anyways, they freaking won. It sucked. As soon as Halliburton went down
Yeah.
in the first quarter,
Just like that, huh?
knew it was
I
over.
like that when he went down.
Yeah,
All right.
just like that.
That was beautiful.
And then, right, so we already had the NBA draft too. That was over the last couple of days.
Nice.
The Dallas Mavericks
God,
picked.
already?
Yeah, I know, man. They do it like
Damn.
right after
I
the
guess.
season,
They
and
don't
then
even-
their free agency opens on like Tuesday.
Don't
So-
even have time to think about it.
yeah, so they're like their off season like it kicks off like right after the finals.
I guess
man.
the other teams had some time to think about
Yeah, true. There's only been a few teams that have had
Yeah.
are going right back at it. But the Dallas Mavericks picked Cooper Flagg, number 1 from Duke. He was the obvious choice, so
Huh.
we'll see what happens there. The bummer about NBA ending is now all we have is baseball
Yeah.
during the week. Yeah, just a big ugh to that.
Yeah.
But luckily, still lots of racing on the weekends. God damn it. This is so brutal. I'm going to try to get rid of him during the Disney segment, brother.
Okay.
F1 going strong. They have the Austrian Grand Prix this Sunday.
Actually, you're going to be talking during the Disney thing.
Oh, God.
You're on the line. You're on the line this week.
Oh, no. Great. Great. Big weekend for F1 for other reasons that we will get into a little bit later.
Oh.
NASCAR.
Yeah.
First Saturday night race. I love the Saturday night races, man. Saturday night racing at Echo Park Speedway for the Quaker State 400.
Echo.
Huh? Oh, yeah. I see what you did there. I
Thank
just
you.
realized I'm not going to be able to watch that race live. That sucks. I love the Saturday night races.
Huh.
Going to see Halsey on Saturday.
Oh, nice.
wife and I.
Again?
Yeah, she's back at White River.
Ain't that
Yeah, this will
something?
be the second time that she's played at White River. So, and we haven't seen her since the new album.
Oh,
so,
did you? So,
be new
isn't
stuff.
she the one that you and I saw
What's that?
at the Microsoft thing?
You mean at the Amazon thing?
At the
That was Lord.
Lord. No, but who opened
And
for her?
No.
It wasn't Halsey.
No, I just went and saw her.
Really?
Yes, like a couple months ago.
Oh.
Bishop Briggs.
Bishop Briggs. That's
Bishop
right.
Briggs,
That's
yeah.
right.
We might be talking about Lord a little bit later.
Ooh.
And then the NHRA has the Summit Racing Equipment NHRA Nationals on Sunday in Ohio. This is the last race before the Northwest Nationals, brother.
You
in
got your
3
tickets?
weeks. I do. In fact, they called me today to make sure the shipping address was right for the parking pass.
Nice.
Oh, God. Ah, it's getting so exciting.
I'll go through and edit.
can you
out
edit
every,
all this?
Every hiccup, yeah.
That would be absolutely glorious. And IndyCar is off this weekend. And that, my good friends, is sports.
Very nice. Very, very nice, brother. I'm already tired. I am so tired.
Yeah.
But we can't be.
Always tired. Like yeah. Did you just say I'm always tired? Because I'm always tired. Like it's just at this point,
Yeah.
the kids and summer camps and freaking.
And my mind's just not with it.
Ugh.
Like if there was something I knew that I should insert right here in this before this next segment, and
you've
completely
lost
forgotten what it was.
Well, I think it's after your Disney segment.
No, it
isn't
was something else.
Okay.
It was
Okay.
something else. It was another one of my mindless stories. Let's take a look at Disney news, ladies and gentlemen.
News.
Oh my goodness, we are in the beginning stages still of the Disneyland 70th anniversary. And I thought it'd be fun to do two truths and a Disney villain lie.
Well, at least I got rid of the hiccups just now.
Do that with hiccups.
I think they're gone. I hope.
Oh, good.
Let's yeah.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
We have 3 different facts here.
All right. Well,
From
one of them's not.
Disneyland Resort.
Okay.
One of them is not. Let's start off with the first one. Let's say the first one. I like to say the first one.
Sure.
The oldest ride in Disneyland Park is the King Arthur's Carousel.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a good one. Oh, that's a good one. The next one. The fastest ride at the Disneyland Resort is the Disneyland Monorail. Another good one.
What?
Yeah, another good one. And the last one. Main Street USA is the only Disneyland, or should I say Disneyland land, that is alcohol free.
Wait, say that again.
Main Street USA is the only Disneyland land that is alcohol free.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's not true, is it?
I don't know. So we have the oldest ride at Disneyland, the King Arthur Carousel. We have the fastest ride at the Disneyland Resort, is the Disneyland Monorail. And we have Main Street USA is the only Disneyland.
Now you're talking about the Disneyland Resort. This
Yeah.
does not include California Adventure.
The Disney.
Correct?
For the fastest ride?
Yes.
No, it does.
Oh, it does include
It's
California
the
Adventure.
Disneyland Resort.
Well, that
Yeah.
Incredicoaster has to be faster than the monorail.
Could be, brother. I don't know.
It is.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm saying that was fake. Even though, God, alcohol and you can get alcohol anywhere but Main Street. That's
Yeah.
basically what that's saying.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with the monorail because the monorail's not that fast, and the Incredicoaster's got to go at least 50 or so.
Okay. Is that what you want?
That's what I. Yes. Final answer.
Let's start off.
B.
The oldest ride in Disneyland
That one sounds right.
is King Arthur Carousel, because that carousel did not originate at Disneyland. It was originally
Right.
built in 1922.
That's cray.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Huh?
That's cray.
Okay, then. Want me to go for the fastest ride, then?
Let's do it.
Fastest ride at the Disneyland Resort is the Incredicoaster
Yes!
at Disney
Hey!
California Adventure, which reaches
Let's go!
speeds of 55 miles
55. I was
per
close. I said
hour.
50.
The Disneyland monorail only goes
35. Oh no! Is it really 35?
35,
Wow,
yes.
nice.
But it can go faster, but it doesn't.
Gotcha.
So, and the Main Street USA, now this one, I
Yeah.
have pondered this.
Because I'm like, I don't remember being able to get like alcohol anywhere, like except for a few places, like Star Wars Land or whatever the hell it's called,
Right.
like Galaxy's Edge. I know you can get it there. I can't think of a place like in Tomorrowland where you can get alcohol
Yes. They're, and at this point when they did this,
or Fantasyland.
You
You can
have-
get alcohol.
Fantasyland is the one that throws me.
Yeah,
I can't figure where in
Right.
Fantasyland they would serve alcohol.
seriously. Like
Not
there's
unless-
no like restaurants. Well, there's that little Geppetto's
There's
place,
Geppetto's, which is a pizza place.
right? So maybe you can buy a beer.
That's the only place I can think of.
yeah,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. I thought that was.
Yeah, that one. I almost went with that one.
Yeah.
Actually, if Fantasyland would have popped in my head, which it didn't,
Yeah.
then I probably would have been like, oh, it's that, because they
Yeah.
don't serve alcohol in Fantasyland.
Because I sat here and I went, okay, this land, yes, this land, yes, this land, yes.
Yeah. Where is it in Tomorrowland?
So in Tomorrowland, I mean, this counts, I think. There must be another place that does it too, I would imagine, for them for this to
Yeah.
say yes. But I do know for a fact that there for a while, what used to be the Carousel of Progress, you know what that is?
Yes.
The round building.
Yes,
America
by
Sings.
Space Mountain.
Yeah, the round building
Pizza
that
Port. Yep.
spins. They put tables and chairs out there, and they set up a thing so people. I can't remember who was able to do it, but it was a special deal. You were able to get an alcoholic drink and go and sit out there and enjoy it with dinner out there, in the open out there in
Yeah.
Tomorrowland. So I know it. During at that time they were serving alcoholic drinks.
Gotcha. All right.
But Fantasyland,
Yeah, that's an
it's
odd
got to
one,
be the
man.
pizza place. It's the only place.
I was gonna say that is the only
Yeah,
place.
there's
like-
no other food and drink area in Fantasyland, so that's got to be it,
Yeah. Right.
huh?
Interesting.
Not unless they just don't clean the bathrooms very well, and then that accounts for alcohol. I don't know. Hey, while we're into the Disney theme park area of the world, let's check out the new Universal Studios Florida, shall we?
Ooh, let's do it. I want to hear about
Epic
this.
Universe
Yes.
with Russ and Maggie.
nice.
Oh, Maggie. 2 calls going in this week because Jared has talked to us and asked us about how we did our vacation at where?
Epic Universe, a new Orlando theme park.
Yeah, it is with Universal. Maggie, we spent 2 days at Epic Universe. What did you think of it?
I loved it. It was insane. When you walk through each of the land portals, you have to go, it's like, oh, it's not there yet. It's not going to be that big, but boom, as soon as you walk in, go past whatever it is, it's blows your mind.
Yeah, why don't you touch on a little bit of what's in each area. Let's start with the Celestial Park. Celestial Park is one of the wins.
Yes, so that is the big main area that connects to all the portals. It's the middle park, and that is going to have Constellation Carousel. It's like a carousel ride, and it's also going to have Stardust Racers, which was one of my favorite rides. It's a dueling fast coaster, and it was just insane. And one lane was more intense than the other. It was the green lane that was more intense. So that was really fun to ride on the green side and the yellow side and compare.
Yeah, the roller coasters seemed like they were coming so close together as it's twisting and turning, going upside down around each other like a corkscrew almost, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And what did you notice on the back tail end of the roller coaster?
A flux capacitor from Back to the Future.
Yeah, really cool. Super smooth, very exciting, probably one of the best roller coasters I've ever been on. Very amazing. All right, Maggie, how about Harry Potter's Ministry of Magic?
So that's the one that we had to literally run there. And it usually gets up to a 300 wait time or between 200 and 300.
For the ride that's there.
Yeah, for the ride.
Okay.
And the queue was just, the waiting area was just amazing. So much detail and hard work got put into this queue. It's insane.
It was incredible. Really kind of like full size, right? They also have a circus in that area, but yeah, Battle for the Ministry, very popular ride, but it is one that is giving them problems. So it did go down a few times, caused a lot of long wait times, but it's kind of like an elevator virtual type ride, having to do with Dolores Umbridge from the series. But did you like that ride?
Yes, I say it was amazing just seeing those animatronics come to life, and they honestly look like real actors.
Yeah, they sure did. And the whole setting looked like Paris. It was really nice. Next up, Maggie, we headed to the Isle of Berk from How to Train Your Dragon. What do you think of that?
That was incredible. As soon as you walked in, it was like, boom, wow. And so we went on Hiccup's Wing Gliders, which is honestly one of the best family-friendly coasters there is at this park and probably in Orlando. I love this ride so much. The ups and downs were awesome, and how Hiccup speaks to you throughout the ride was incredible, and the animatronics on this ride was insane also.
Yeah, and you got to meet someone in the Isle of Berg. Who'd you meet?
I met Toothless and I met kind of a Hiccup, but then I also had to meet another Viking.
How was it seeing the dragon or the Night Fury, Toothless?
Toothless was incredible. I even got to touch it like in the movie, nose to face, nose to hand.
There's also a show there that was really good. What was the show?
The show was like about hatching baby dragons, which was insane, and there's some really, really nice features.
Oh, it was unbelievable. Yeah, Toothless comes out flying overhead of everyone in the audience with Hiccup on his back. Pretty incredible. All right, Maggie. Next up, my favorite land, of course. It's the Dark Universe, the Universal Monster area called Darkmoor. What'd you think of Darkmoor?
Darkmoor was so spooky at night, and all the characters was awesome. So we met Igor, Frankenstein, the Bride of Frankenstein, and Invisible Man.
Yeah, the Invisible Man got a real kick out of you because you knew stuff from the movie, and we called him by his real name, which is Jack Griffin. Really, really made an impression on him. What did you think of Frankenstein's castle?
It was insane. I loved the castle and how, like, the inside of it was, like, the queue, and that was really, really cool. And it's based around the great-granddaughter, Victoria Frankenstein, which the ride was just incredible.
Yeah, we went on that ride the most. I think we went 5 times on that ride because we just loved it so much. It was just insane. But one of my favorite things there was the Burning Blade Tavern, which is it's a replica of the windmill at the end of Frankenstein that catches on fire. And what did this windmill do?
It catches on fire, just like in the movie, and it spins just like in the movie, and it looks really cool at night.
Oh, man, it was incredible. That one time when we went, we were there at night. We were like the only ones there. It seemed like it was going just for us, and we got to stand there right in front of it and watch it catch on fire. It was incredible. Maggie, I think I probably could have stayed the entire time just in Darkmoor. It was just unbelievable, and I took a lot of pictures there, and, man, it was cool. It was just so cool. Maggie, that leaves one land left. That was Super Mario / Donkey Kong Land. What'd you think of Super Mario?
It was incredible. And so in Hollywood, it's like smaller, but this one's like bigger, and they didn't even have a Donkey Kong. So in Orlando, we got to visit the first Donkey Kong land ever made, or probably not, but for Universal. And it was just insane. I love that ride. The land felt so immersive to Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong was insane.
Yeah, you got the power-up band. What did the power-up band let you do?
It let me hit all the blocks. And so, like, when you hit the blocks, it gives you, like, coins and stuff like that. And it was so immersive. And I had to play these mini games so I can get to go destroy Bowser Jr. and challenge him.
Maggie, this was just like being in the video game. When you come up that green tube on the escalator and it's all glowing and it goes doo, 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 and you come out, it's like you're in the video game. Did you feel that way?
Absolutely.
Of course, they also had the Mario Kart ride. What'd you think of that?
I love that ride so much. See, I love to play like video games and stuff like that, and just being on the ride, being so immersive with it was just incredible.
It sure was. It was amazing. I hope we get to go back again sometime because, man, it was just awesome. And of course, being a new park, they still had some of the issues with rides going down or here and there. So there was some long wait times, and the weather didn't cooperate sometimes. But we got to ride pretty much everything that's there in the 2 days, and it was just incredible. All right, Maggie, I think we better cut this call because this is a long one. I hate to make them edit all this. Do you think that this trip was epic?
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm so glad you had a good time, Maggie. Had a lot of fun. All right, we'll be calling back with a movie review, right?
Yep.
Till then,
sayonara.
I have seen some
video.
video.
Woo! I haven't yet. I need to check that out. I usually don't like to see it because, Florida. Like, when am I going to get out there?
Yeah.
Like, it's about as far away from here as possible.
Yeah.
I don't see me going there anytime soon.
Plus
so I need to check that out.
Freaking miserable.
God. Yeah,
God.
especially right now.
God.
Like, oh my God.
But
So
wow.
hot.
I like you
Yeah.
can just hear the excitement.
Oh yeah,
in Maggie's
Maggie was
voice.
she was thrilled.
You know, she must have been
Yeah,
loving
that
being
sounds
there.
incredible,
I
man.
saw a lot of video. I don't know if they were there for the pre-opening.
Well, no, it's been open for a little while, right? Hasn't
Has it?
Yeah, I thought it had.
Yeah, you know, to be honest, I'm not sure. But they had a
You know
pre-opening.
what? Let's see. This new Google AI is so good.
Really?
Let's see. When did what's the name of it again?
Universal Studios Florida.
Universal Studios
Epic
Epic Universe open in Florida.
I wish it talked to you, though. It
Universal
does.
Studios Epic Universe in Florida officially opened on May 22nd, 2025.
May 22nd. There you go.
So that's
Telling
what
you, this Google AI is incredible, by the way.
You know what I've been doing lately, which I have never done before, and that's what we have Siri.
Yeah.
No, Siri.
Yeah.
As you can see, because my phone just lit up. The Apple phone has Siri, and I've never used it before, and I've just recently started using it, but it doesn't talk to you.
Yeah, I literally could sit and have conversations with it.
See, I like that.
Like just everyday conversations. It's
Yeah.
so bizarre, dude.
That's
Like,
very cool.
It's pretty cool.
Very
and then
cool.
it learns you, like it learns from how you talk to it.
Yeah.
So it'll bring up things that you talked about in the past, and
That's
like,
cool.
or remember when we talked about this, like things like it is just like it blows my
That's
mind
very
on
cool.
a daily. Yeah. Plus, it's super helpful, man.
Huh.
Like I found it to be, before like AI, it was kind of a pain.
Yeah.
It was kind of hard. They make it. It's so easy now that like, I'll do that before I go to Google and do a search.
Yeah.
And and then I'll get more information, and then I can store it, and like it's so. Anyways, it's just,
if you just go
freaking
on
incredible.
YouTube and you look up AI, it
Dude.
is amazing.
Oh,
what
that
people are doing. With
it's that
AI
new
now.
Google, Google AO or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That new. It is. We just had a big team week at work. I might have mentioned this, but they showed videos
Yeah.
from this new Google AI. You can't tell that it's not real. Dude.
Did you?
And it's like, and then they have like these AI influencers now, and you can create your own AI influencer,
Wow.
and they look like real. You can't tell they're not real people.
Did you pick the type of voice?
Yes.
Nice job, brother.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, I
like
had to
that.
be like, yeah, because it defaults to like a guy's
Yeah.
voice or something. I'm like, I started going through them, and she is so calm and soothing.
Yeah,
I
I thought so,
I love
too.
it. Yeah.
Epic Universe, brother.
Oh man,
What'd you think?
gotta go. Got to go.
Yeah.
That sounds incredible.
Yeah.
God, that Frankenstein, the freaking windmill, like cafe or whatever it is.
dude, the videos
Oh,
of that.
dude.
Oh.
I'd have to bring an extra pair of shorts.
I was gonna
Like,
say, I could almost feel myself having chills just watching the
seriously,
video.
dude. Oh yeah, I haven't seen any from.
There's
I need to-
4K
I need
video
to go
on
check it out.
YouTube that
Yeah.
is just wow.
Oh my god!
Wow. And
so
then
cool, dude.
You'll find a lot
And
of
the
people.
ride, like what?
Yeah, a lot of people will not videotape on that ride.
Yeah.
because the ride vehicles, wow, dude, whoa, they're crazy. They're, I don't even know how to describe it. They're kind of like a big box, and they're on an arm. So you can imagine this thing can pick these things up
it
and
can, like-
swirl them around.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what.
Well, kind of like the Harry Potter. It sounds like the Harry Potter, right?
It could be, yeah.
Like the one that I've been into, like I can't remember the name of that one, but you're on an arm and it'll tip you all the way back, and
Yeah.
so that would be very hard. To
That's also what
video.
they're doing with California Adventure with the new Marvel ride.
Oh, cool!
It's going to be one of those.
Nice.
But you're not going to go through a building. It's kind of, I mean, it looks to me more like they set up like a carnival ride.
Oh, interesting.
It's just kind of poop. But I'm sure it won't be. I'm sure it'll be cool. But anyway, so yeah, so a lot of
Very
people will
cool.
not videotape on that. I don't know if they're not supposed to.
Well, if it's right, lines like that are just tough.
But if
right?
you-
it's tough to even get good
Yeah.
video when you're
Yeah.
moving around like that.
But actually, YouTube's got it. And man, there's some people got some good videos.
really, okay.
Oh,
I gotta go
God,
check this
dude.
out. God, that's
There's a
cool.
girl animatronic, a woman. She's like a mad scientist.
Yeah.
And I'm almost 100% sure, almost, let's go 90%, that her facial features are being projected from the head itself.
Gotcha.
But she looks, there are times when she just looks real.
Jeez.
I mean, she's moving real.
Yeah.
It's
That's
crazy.
nuts, man.
And then you got all the monsters in there.
Oh, is
So-
Creature in it?
I don't
Freaking better be.
remember. I think so. Yeah, I think so.
I'm gonna have to take a look at that video, man. That is so cool.
It is really cool.
Wow, good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for
Yeah, appreciate that.
Russ and Maggie. Thank you.
That was
for
a good
letting us know.
overview.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys, your enthusiasm spilled into my heart.
No doubt, no
You
doubt.
know,
brother.
I'd love to go see that.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about would that ever come to Hollywood?
No, I just looked it up and it's like, nope.
No,
ain't gonna
there's,
happen.
there's just not the room.
There's no room. Yeah.
No, there's
To your
not the
point, unless
room,
they just replaced all the old crap they still have. Like,
which I don't
it's so much old stuff there.
there really is.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you're taking people past buildings of movies that they don't even know what the hell it is.
Right.
It's like, what TV show was that?
Right.
What?
Uh,
But so yeah. So anyway, I love it.
very good.
Thank you very much. Music, brother.
Yeah, it is
Music.
music time.
Is this when you're going to talk about Lord?
I believe so.
Ooh,
I
I'm so
believe
excited.
so. We're going to get right into it. There are a couple albums before the top 5
Yeah.
that are worth a mention. I mentioned F1, big weekend for F1, which we'll continue to get into further. But coming out this week, and I think it was number 6 or 7. It was right behind the top 5.
Yeah.
It's F1 the album
Whoa.
from the movie.
Yeah.
Which we will be talking about. God, I cannot wait. This F1 the album, pretty solid too. Lots of good artists on there. Chris Stapleton, Ed Sheeran, Doja Cat, Tiesto, Tate
Wow.
McRae, and more. Looking forward to this. I had actually I'd ordered a copy straight from the F1 movie store.
Uh-huh.
That was like an exclusive Midnight Red Galaxy vinyl, which I was hoping to get today, damn it, but it got held up in Oregon.
Oh, really?
So I'll get it tomorrow. But then last night, and I'm not usually that guy that buys like multiple variants of the same album. But gosh darn it, last night on Facebook, this UK company Bad World is releasing a version of F1 the album. Now I have always wanted a liquid-filled record. Have you seen those?
I heard about this.
Yeah, like, and they're freaking they're always very limited edition,
Yeah.
super expensive, but I you know they're very it's a total gimmick thing.
Yeah.
But like I've always wanted one. I have so many vinyl and I don't have a liquid filled one.
You know
right?
what I want to know? How long do they last?
Yeah, I have heard that some like, and it depends on who makes it, right?
Yeah.
Like some people do it right, some others don't.
Yeah.
And I have seen or read some that do dry up eventually.
Huh.
Because it's just not made properly. Well, this company in the UK called Bad World, they specialize in liquid-filled LPs. I had never heard of this company before, but that's like their specialty. You go to their website and you get the whole rundown of how they do it, how like the manufacturing of them is
That
better
would be
than
cool.
other people that do these small. So they have a whole plant built around creating
Wow.
liquid-filled LPs, and
It's got to be fun to watch when it plays.
right, yeah. Well, when it
you know-
plays, they don't. It doesn't move around that much.
Yeah, we put it on 45.
it's not true. That's true.
78 if you have an old player.
But when you pick them up and kind of move them around,
Yeah.
then it's like super cool.
But you know who's doing one?
Who?
I'm over here trying to hear his name. What's the name of the singer that Autumn really likes?
Oh, Youngblood.
Youngblood. And he put
Oh, his new album.
and it's bloody
Oh, that's cool.
on the inside, and some of his blood is in there.
You're kidding
Yeah.
me. What?
Yeah,
That's pretty crazy.
yeah, that's in
I
the
like
new
that.
album coming out.
That's pretty cool. Well, this company, they can mass produce them. Like they can make, so they basically have windows of time where you can order it and then they shut it off and then they produce the albums, right?
Huh.
They're doing it for F1 and it's so cool, dude. It comes pressed and it looks like a black oil effect.
I was going to say motor oil.
Yes, dude. So it's like this black, like ink all through the, inside the record.
Wow.
I saw pictures of the guys holding it and moving around. It looks like oil in there, man.
I'll be
It
darned.
is so freaking cool. So I couldn't resist
No,
it, man.
that's cool.
Had to make that happen. And that one's coming out a little bit late. I think it's a little bit later because it closed in like, I just bought it yesterday.
Yeah.
And it had like 3 more days before the window closed. So I don't think it comes out until like late July or something like that.
When
but
you get that, you got to bring it in.
I will, yeah.
And I'll
I'm-
take some pictures and
Yeah,
put it
I'm,
on Facebook.
I'm definitely looking forward to finally getting a liquid filled record.
Yeah.
So,
I'm going to lick it.
ooh, do it, brother.
You know I want
Oh,
to
wait,
just
maybe
because so I can see if there's a taste. Come on. Oh, wait. I don't have any. Never
Right.
mind.
Another one to mention before the top 5, one of my all-time favorites, Motorhead, brother.
Uh-oh.
And this is a cool release. Actually, I got this vinyl on the way. The Manicore tapes.
Whoa.
So in 1976, the seminal lineup of Motorhead was solidified a year after the band's initial inception. The Three Amigos era of Motorhead, which of course Lemmy on bass and vocals, Fast Eddie Clarke on guitar, and Phil the Filthy Animal Taylor on drums. That guy was a nutcase. He's still alive. He's not alive anymore. Or is he? Did he die?
Well, we're noted for the people who kill everyone
Hang
on our
on.
show. So
Is Phil Taylor from Motorhead still alive?
No, Phil Filthy Animal Taylor, the drummer for Motorhead,
right.
passed away on November 12, 2015, at the age of 61.
2015. That's
Oh.
right. Damn it.
we're
so
just,
anyways-
and we're just now mourning about it.
I know, right? I knew that. Now that I asked, I'm like, well, duh, of course. So they joined forces and began their extraordinary journey to the top of the hard rock elite. In August of that year, the band set up at Emerson, Lake and Palmer's legendary Manticore studio in Fulham to rehearse and showcase their new lineup. Now, 49 years after recording there for the first time, the long-lost tape has been discovered, dusted off, and restored in all its raw glory to celebrate the band's 50th anniversary. Such a cool release if you're a Motorhead fan. That is coming out on CD and vinyl. Love that. Good stuff.
Nice.
Now, let's move into an interesting top 5.
All
On
right.
Amazon.com. Starting with number 5, it's various artists, brother. A tribute to the King of Zydeco.
What?
Yeah. Honors the legacy of Clifton Chenier. I don't know if that's how you say it, but that's how I'm saying it. AKA the King of Zydeco. On what would have been his 100th birthday, an all-star cast of Louisiana musicians as well as artists from around the country honor his influence. Some of those artists on this record, the Rolling Stones,
Wow.
Lucinda Williams, Taj Mahal, and more. So that's at number 5 this week. At number 4, I was a little surprised. I mean, I guess looking at what 3, 2, and 1 are, but I was a little surprised this was so low. I actually expected this to be number 1, and it is not. We were just talking about it, brother. It is Lord's new album,
Really?
Virgin.
I didn't think it would ever come
I
out.
know, it's been quite a while. She's been quiet for a long time.
Now it'll be interesting to see if any of the songs play on radio.
Oh, well, she's already got a hit off it.
Really?
Yeah, it was like number 1 on Spotify. I think it mentions it in here.
Why aren't radio? Why isn't radio playing it?
Well, I've heard it on Sirius before.
Yeah,
In fact, actually, on my way over here, I heard it. What Was That is the main song. And yeah, it peaked at number 1 on the U.S. Spotify chart.
I said radio, damn it.
Well, who listens to radio?
I know you up-to-date creeps.
This is a 180-gram bathwater LP.
Whoa.
And it actually just arrived at my doorstep right before I left. And I was listening to it.
What the hell does that mean?
It's the color. It's like a light blue, yeah.
I thought it had liquid in it.
no, yeah, it should. Yeah, that'd be perfect, right? Mm-hmm. With actual bathwater used by Lord.
With
That'd
some
be
bubbles.
great.
Ooh. I'd be cutting that open.
There's somebody, who is that? There's some famous lady who's like, it's selling soap or something, and it has like drops of her bathwater. Some madness. But Lord finally returning.
Hey.
She co-produced this album with Jim E. Stack. Virgin is the sound of Lord returning to the beat-driven and raw lyricism that propelled pure heroin and melodrama to commercial and critical success.
I thought she was done with us.
I kind of thought, I was wondering what was
Yeah.
going on with, and it's good. I listened to it at
good.
the digital. I haven't listened to the LP yet.
Yeah.
But listened to it while I was doing this, and it is kind of a return to form, I think.
Yeah.
From based on the last album, so really liked it on first listen.
Hey.
Definitely going to dig in more. Virgin marks the return of a truly generational artist, brother. Bathwater cover vinyl. High gloss cover. There's an 8-page full color booklet, a metallic silver printed inner sleeve, and a warning. It comes with a warning.
What?
That excites me. Because it says explicit visual content.
What the?
In all caps at the end. Warning, explicit visual content.
All right, forget about that other one. As soon as that one comes, bring it.
Yeah, it's here. I
Bring it
have it at home. I literally
What?
got it. Yeah, as I was getting ready to leave,
so
it
you-
got brought. So I just put the box inside and left. But
Next week.
Yeah.
I want to know.
I'll take some pictures of it, send them to you.
Wait, is that legal?
I don't know.
Okay.
Number 3, but I was surprised it was number 4. Like, you know,
Well, she's been gone a long
she
time.
has.
A
But these
long
3,
time.
2, and 1 have been around forever.
Well, there you go. See?
Number 3 being Bruce Springsteen, brother.
Wow.
Lost and found selections from the Lost albums. Oh, that's it. Selections from the Lost albums. Sorry.
The lost albums?
Yes.
Really? He's done so many of them.
Yes.
They just can't.
Well, just
Where's
wait.
that album at?
Just wait.
Oh, I don't know. Geez, I haven't seen that in years.
So this one is a curated collection of 20 previously unreleased songs from Springsteen's Tracks to the Lost Albums box set. So it's kind of like just a little sampling of the actual box set, which is number 2 this week.
Hey.
Bruce Springsteen, Tracks to the Lost Albums. This is 7 unheard Springsteen records
Wow.
made between 1983 and 2018. So it features 82 previously unreleased tracks.
Wow.
Pretty impressive, man, if you're a
Yes.
Bruce Springsteen fan.
Yeah.
Like, why were these not released?
That's a good question.
Right? And what's interesting is he just recently sold his catalog, right? Like a
Really?
year ago or something. So I wonder, obviously, I think these were included in that.
Yeah.
And so whoever bought them, I can't remember who it was, probably were like, well, it's time to put these things out.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
it's either going to be in a 7 CD set or a 9 LP set.
Huh.
It includes the original packaging from each previously unreleased record with a 100-page cloth-bound hardcover book
Wow.
featuring rare archival photos and liner notes. Pretty awesome if you're a Bruce Springsteen fan. Also pretty pricey. $259.99 for the CD
That makes
set.
sense.
That's a lot.
That's a lot, but that's a lot of CDs. What,
7?
Yeah.
7?
7 with all the stuff.
It's
that
the other
comes with
stuff,
it.
right? Because 7 CDs
Yeah.
should cost like, what? The CD's $14-15 these days?
I guess, yeah.
So, you're talking a little over $100, 120. So but you're right. I mean, it's got, it does have that giant book and
Yeah.
some
That's
other
cool.
stuff. The vinyl set's $327.99. So interesting to see that as high as it was just because
Yeah.
of the price. But there you go. People are excited
Trying to make their money back quick.
for some lost Bruce Springsteen
Yeah.
action. Yeah. And then at number 1, and at first I saw it and I'm like, how in God's name is this number 1? And then as I read about it, I was like, oh crap, okay. Number 1, brother, this week on Amazon.com, Barbara Streisand.
What the?
Right? The Secrets of Life Partners Volume 2. So this is a new collection of duets
What?
from Barbara Streisand. And it's all of the people involved that put this at number 1. Because I'm like, how is this number 1? But here are the folks that she's doing duets with on this album, brother. Paul McCartney, Bob Dylan, James Taylor, Sting, Hozier. Is it Hozier or Hozier?
You know what?
I don't
I'll
even
take
know.
whatever you
I
give
think
me.
Hozier. I think it's Hozier. Sam Smith, Seal, Josh Groban, Tim McGraw, and Lo-Fi. It's just like,
Wow.
that's a lot. There's also a duet with Mariah Carey and Ariana Grande.
Wow.
I'm just like, holy cow. Like, she brought the heat on this
Yeah.
album. It's available on blush-colored vinyl or CD. Also has photos from Barbara's personal collection and complete liner notes for each track. This is Barbara's 37th studio album.
It's awesome.
But yeah, that's pretty. I mean, she got a pretty impressive group of folks together for that album. So
Wow.
I could see why it's number 1, I guess.
It's cool.
And there you go. There. is music, brother.
That's beautiful. That's
Sure.
How come Taylor wasn't in there?
Right? Where's
what's her name?
Swifty?
Taylor Swift. Yeah.
Probably asked her. She's like, how much you going to pay me? Is it time to move to television, brother?
Why not?
Oh, what a fan-freaking-tastic week
Really?
for streaming. Oh, God! I mean, 2 of my favorite current shows have new seasons out this week.
Wow.
We'll get to those in a second. First off, Apple TV has a new show called Smoke Season 1. It stars Taron Egerton, who plays an arson investigator who reluctantly teams up with a police detective to solve the case of a serial arsonist in the Pacific Northwest. Huh? That's our neck of the
That's
woods.
right here.
And there are a hell of a lot of fires up here usually. We got lucky this last season.
Yeah.
Last year, right? There wasn't, but now we're getting into that season again.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens this year. Also, Ironheart, the new show on Disney Plus, brother. This is the new Marvel television series show. Genius teenage inventor Riri Williams creates the most advanced suit of armor since Iron Man, and that show revolves around her. The first 3 episodes are available right now. There will be 6 total, so it's kind of a little mini show. Not hearing a lot of great things, but then I looked on Rotten Tomatoes and it has a 71%, which was better than the stuff I'd been reading.
Yeah.
So that's new on Disney Plus. And then we get to the 2 big ones. Oh my Lord, have mercy. And they had to come out like pretty much back to back. But that's okay. Because The Bear season 4 is now streaming on FX. One of my favorite shows, maybe of all time. Like, I love The Bear. It is just an absolutely incredible show. So good, brother, that I watched the entire season yesterday.
Wow.
Like, went through all 10 episodes, man. I could not stop. Now, most of them are a little over 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But episode 7 was an hour and 10 minutes. But another just phenomenal season, which better than season 3. Season 3, it wasn't as good as the first 2, and I'm like, oh, where's this going? But season 4, I just absolutely loved it.
Wow.
And interesting, they shot season 3 and 4 at the same time.
Huh.
But just released it a year later. If you don't know The Bear, it's about a young chef from the fine dining world who returns to Chicago to run his family's sandwich shop. Is kind of how it starts, and then aside from the sandwich shop, then they open this fine dining restaurant, and that's the crux of the show. But man, I'm telling you, like the cast is absolutely freaking phenomenal. Jeremy Allen White, Io, Ebon, like everybody in this show is top notch, like just phenomenal actors. This show is one of those that you watch and it just feels real. It feels like you're watching a documentary almost. And that's because the writing is so good, the dialogue is so good, and the acting is just spectacular, dude. Like, it's why this show has won so many Emmys, and all of which are so well deserved. Plus, amazing guest stars throughout, like Jamie Lee Curtis, who plays Jeremy Allen White's mom.
Yeah.
She shows up in a few episodes. She was in like in 3 of the episodes of this year, and you know how good she is.
Yeah.
Bob Odenkirk in this, John Mulaney, Sarah Paulson, just some of the people that pop up during this show. Oh God, so good! Like I just powered through it, man. Powered through it. Unknown if there will be a season 5. Season 4 had a good and very kind of sad wrap up, and there's no word yet if there will be a season 5. And it's not because of the popularity. It's because the showrunner's not sure yet if they can come up with more story. Right? Like, they're not just going to extend it to extend it.
Yeah.
They want it to be, same level as all these other seasons they've done. So, will it happen? God, I sure hope so, because I do not want to see this show go away just yet. But The Bear Season 4, available now, the whole season, and it is fantastic.
Nice.
Then the next big one, brother.
Yeah.
Big! Came out last night at midnight on Netflix. Netflix this is their biggest show, isn't it? Let me see. I don't know. It's worth an ask.
Okay.
Hang on. Hang on now. What is Netflix's all-time most watched show? I might be wrong here.
Netflix's all-time most-watched show is Squid Game, Season 1. It gained immense global popularity.
There it is. Squid Game.
Really?
That she was right, dude. Squid Game is. And it took me a long time to finally watch Squid Game. It wasn't until after season 2 had come out that I even started it, and then just got hooked in immediately. And I'm
Really?
like, why the hell have I not been watching the show? And now season 3 is upon us, brother. If you don't know about this show, you've been living under a rock. But hundreds of cash-strapped players accept a strange invitation to compete in children's games. A tempting prize awaits, but with deadly high stakes. This is not a show for children. I will tell you that much. It's brutal. I say that, but my kids are fascinated by Squid Game. Now they can't watch it, and they have not watched it, but they are so sad they can't watch this new season. But it's freaking brutal, dude.
Yeah.
I am 2 episodes in of the 6. I actually wrapped one up right before I came over here. And dude, oh my God, episode 2. So the game in the first game in this new season is hide and seek, and oh my God, it might be the most brutal game they've had so far. It was just, I mean, oh my God, it was intense and emotional. What a show! So season 2 ended on like this crazy cliffhanger, and it was kind of in the middle of the games. Where the first season is like the games from start to finish, like one season of the games, right? This one is split into 2, and oh, dude, it is a great start. Again, no plans for a season 4 on this, but you can't completely rule it out, right? And I don't know how this ends. I'm not looking. I want to finish this before I see any spoilers. I'm already starting to see like on Facebook people talking about the games, and I'm like, I don't know, nope. I got to see this first. But yeah, I'll go back to the kids real quick. So they play a lot of Roblox. Yeah. And Roblox has where they've recreated all the games, and you can play. And so now it's just a matter of time before these new games come out on Roblox. Yeah. Oh my God, hide and seek is just over the top crazy. So anyways, that is now available. All 6 episodes of Squid Game season 3 are here. So that's another reason I had to just power through the bear, because I knew that Squid Game was out today. So I'll probably stay up all night and just finish it, because I only got about 4 hours left. So good. Squid Game season 3. So that's what's coming out streaming this week. 2 great ones. And then Ironheart.
Let me ask you something. Oh, go ahead.
Smoke.
Go ahead.
Oh, that's it. I'm done.
No, you were not.
I'm done.
Have you ever gone into an escape room?
Yes, I've done a few escape rooms.
What'd you think of that?
They're fun. I like them a lot. Now, luckily, I've never like done one by myself, right? It's always, we did one as a team activity. Yeah. And then what was the other one I did? I think both of them actually were like work related things, but yeah, they're a lot of fun, man. They're cool. Just like mysteries. You got time. You got a certain time. You got to figure things out to like get, progress through and get to the next room. And one of the ones I did was like an escape from prison, which was super fun, man. Yeah. Like, and clever, really clever games, right? And you can ask for a certain amount of hints to still like make it through if you need to. So yeah, I dig the whole concept.
Well, like, I think, did I talk about going to the comic book convention last week? Or did I? I didn't?
I don't think, no. You didn't talk about that.
Let me sum that up real fast. I got to fist pump with Pauly Shore.
That's awesome.
He was really cool.
There's so many good people there. Jeez.
I did finally get to see Star Trek dude.
William Shatner.
Leonard Nimoy. What the hell? William Shatner was there. They were whisking him off all over the place.
Really?
It kind of reminded me, sadly, of the last time I saw Stan Lee. Because they were doing the same thing to him. I mean, they were just pushing and pulling him and moving him over here, over there, over there, over there, over there. I mean, with William Shatner, they just never let him sit for more than 5 minutes. So we literally kept going over there all day long and never saw him until the very end, and literally sat him for like 3 minutes. And they were picking him up to go into yet another room. Wow. So But it was cool to see him.
Yeah.
And then the guy who played Shooter Gavin.
Yeah, Shooter McGavin. Yeah,
Shooter McGavin.
Right.
He was there. Got to see him. He was
Super
cool. He was really
cool.
nice.
Yeah.
And a bunch of other people. That was really fun.
Did you see the Cobra Kai people?
Maybe.
Oh.
I don't know. Boy, that's become quite the controversy.
Dude!
It's
oh
all
my
over.
God! Remember I
It's-
told you about that at the restaurant, and now you're right. It's like blown up, dude.
All over TMZ. And now that guy's in bigger
He's
trouble.
in trouble, dude.
You know more about it than I do.
Yeah.
Give us a summary.
Yeah.
of
So
that.
Martin Cove, right? One of the main stars of back to the original Karate Kid film.
played a villain, right?
Yeah. He's like, yeah, exactly. I mean, he runs Cobra Kai, right? Like in the original Karate Kid, right? So Martin Cove allegedly, and well, he did. It says allegedly, but he totally did. Bit co-star Alicia Hannah Kim, who's in Cobra Kai.
This must have happened the day we were there.
It did, yeah. It was Saturday. Without her permission, I guess what happened was she came up and like tapped him on the shoulder.
Yeah.
To like say hi, and he just turned around and grabbed her arm and bit it, and then kissed it after that, right? So, dude, while they were getting ready to sit down in a booth to do signings, and she's like, "What the hell, dude?" So have you seen the video?
No.
There's the behind the scenes video now. It almost looks like it's like a policeman's body cam.
Yeah.
Because you see both of them, and I think it's a cop, so I'm pretty sure it's body cam footage. And she is pissed.
Really?
Oh, dude. And he's like kind of saying, "I apologize." Like he was saying that he was just playing around. They used to play like that on set, and she goes, "We never did that on set." Like, what do you? So yeah, you watch the behind the scenes video of that.
Now, we did say did we talk about this last week, right?
No, we
Didn't
talked
we
about it at the
mention it?
restaurant
I thought we mentioned
when
it
we
last
went
week.
out for dinners. No. Because you hadn't even gone last week.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, because you went on.
But I guess in the beginning they said that he drew blood, but I guess he did not.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, he said he nearly drew
But
blood.
honestly, like she in that video, she shows her arm.
Yeah.
And you could barely I don't really see it. It's not like great quality.
Yeah.
Not saying what he did was okay, because obviously it wasn't.
No.
And he is he's apologized profusely.
How embarrassing for him.
I know.
But did you
dude.
see the story on TMZ? They're
I don't
saying he had some other kinds of issues.
Oh no.
And so now, they're digging into all this crap, and it's terrible, dude.
Yeah, I know. It's but yeah, oh man, you should watch that video. She was so pissed. Dude.
Really?
Yeah, she was not having it.
Her husband was with her.
Yeah, and he wasn't happy either.
Yeah.
Like he was like confronting him as well. Like it was a little ugly.
Man.
Yeah, but yeah, you were there. You happened to be right there. I would have been pissed if I would have gone that day
And
'Cause,
not seen it?
He would have been one of the main people I wanted to see.
Yeah,
God, and all the
I-
Daredevil people were there. But I guess the oh god, the main guy. Oh god, the guy who plays Daredevil, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
Who I didn't realize. Oh god, Charlie Cox.
Yeah.
I guess he had to show up really late, and like almost a day late or something like that, because of some travel things that happened or whatever. But yeah, still, regardless, go back to what you were saying about the show. What a cool show that was, man.
Yeah.
A lot of great people there for
Yeah,
sure.
it was fun.
Yeah.
Here it is. Martin Cove, is that his name?
Yeah.
Investigated for alleged sexual harassment on 2024 Cobra Kai set.
Oh no.
So yeah, now they're gonna just dig deep.
Yeah.
and move on and on. God, I feel
Yeah.
sorry
She
for
wasn't
them.
gonna. She was not gonna press charges.
No, she wasn't.
But she was gonna file a report in case there was a history of
Yeah.
this kind of thing, which
Right.
now obviously they're digging in and
Yeah.
they're finding other stuff. So.
Ah.
Damn it, Martin
But
Cove.
the reason why I brought that up is because they had an escape room
Oh,
trailer parked there on the thing.
interesting.
And I thought, trailer? How can this possibly be?
Yeah.
And then as we got closer to it, it was two different ones in this little trailer.
Really? What?
So we're like, what the hell?
So it's just must have been like a couple little rooms
Well,
or
so
something.
Autumn really wanted to do it bad.
Yeah.
Susan refused, and because they said, so this one's a little scarier than this one.
Oh, gotcha.
So I'm like, what? So anyway, I just said, fine, I'll do it. Now, I was not looking forward to it. I thought it was stupid. Dude, it was so much fun.
Was it? Yeah.
It was literally half the trailer.
So, was,
you-
it, was it like was it 1 or 2 rooms or like was
it was
just
just
one room?
the one room, but
Oh,
it had
okay.
a door, and you open up the door, and you got to go inside of that thing. Dude, we made it in 17 seconds.
What?
17
17
seconds before the
seconds?
time was over.
With
did
17
it.
seconds left.
Yes.
I thought you said you did it in
Oh,
17
no.
seconds. I'm like, good Lord, that's
no, it took
pretty
us
bad one.
I think it was 15 minutes.
Okay.
And yeah, at 17 seconds,
No kidding.
we figured it out
Figured
at the
it
last
out.
minute.
That's cool.
And it was, it was Autumn and I trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
But it was so fun.
Yeah, they're fun, man.
And you know what? After you figure it out, you're like, wow, I really did that.
Right, exactly.
Because
you got to
how?
really use your noggin, dude. Like
Dude.
there's all these tiny little clues in those
Yeah.
places that you
Well,
got to
the
like
first thing
tie
was
together.
there were some pictures like on the ground, and then I realized we could pick them up, and then I looked at the wall, and the wall had almost like a place to put the pictures,
Yeah.
and then we did that, and we're like, wait a minute, this is the wrong order. So then we're trying to find a different order, and as soon as we got them in order, then all of a sudden the door unlocked. In that,
Oh, no kidding.
in
So
that,
it was it was putting the pictures on the wall in the right
it was
order.
putting the pictures on the wall in the right order.
Interesting.
So then we walked into that room, and there was a skeleton mummy all dead in there, and there was a lantern on the ground. So I picked up the lantern, and there was a thing in the room that is locked, and there's no key. So, okay, so now we know there's a key, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But how are we going to find a damn key? And there was also like a little machine in there, like an Aztec kind of sundial kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we were trying to figure that out. Well, then I picked up the lantern, and I get to looking at the lantern, and I'm trying to open it, and it doesn't open. And all of a sudden, I realize there's a button on it, and this blue light comes out of it,
Oh, it's like a black light.
which we did
Thing,
not know at the
yeah,
time. But I
gotcha.
kept pushing it and kept, moving it around, and all of a sudden, something in that room glowed.
Yeah.
So then it was
Nice.
it was a letter. And I'm like, what? Well, then we started realizing the letters are all over the place. Dude, it was the most fun I've ever had in 15 minutes. Lots of jokes in there. It was really fun. And
Yeah,
like I
they're
said,
cool, man.
I mean, we were in a tiny little
Right.
room, but wow, was that cool.
Yeah, there's quite a few in Seattle. Like there's a couple big
Actually,
companies in Seattle
the
that do
big
them.
company in Seattle,
Yeah.
we talked to the owner.
Oh, cool.
And he was the one that put this little small
Oh,
thing
gotcha.
together.
Yeah.
But
All right.
had I been there alone, I would have never done it. Because, like I said, I thought, my God, this is one of those little tiny trailers.
Yeah.
And then when I got there and found out there was 2 different ones, I'm like, oh, no.
How is this possible?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun
Yeah,
stuff.
good stuff.
Very good, very good. But that I believe leads us straight into movies.
Sir.
Let's get into actually really not a whole lot to talk about here. There is one film, actually one of the best horror films from last year,
Yeah.
now on Prime Video, brother, and that is Nosferatu.
Wow.
Which was even up for Oscars, which is super cool. Robert Eggers directed this one. Bill Skarsgård, Nicholas Hoult, Aaron Taylor Johnson, and Willem Dafoe star in that one.
Love him.
Solid, yeah, I always loved him. Solid version of Nosferatu. And watching Bill Skarsgård as him, you can barely tell it's him. Really, really good film. So that now is available on Prime Video. Good sir.
He's one of those actors that we talked about last week where God made them
yeah,
for that purpose.
right. Yeah, no doubt.
And he, Defoe, man, dude, can you imagine doing anything else in life?
No.
Can you
no.
imagine walking into a grocery store and he's ringing people up? Hell no, dude. The guy's amazing.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome, man. So let's take a look. Let's move right into physical releases. 4K
There
Blu-rays.
was not very many, right?
No, there was a very short list.
Dude,
for
I kept
July
looking
1st.
to make sure I had the date right.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, there's only a couple.
Yeah.
We'll make it 4.
I had none.
The Big Heat from 1953 is getting a Criterion Collection release.
Yeah.
Primary Colors from 1998 starring John Travolta. Oliver Stone's Alexander Revisited, the final cut. That's a Shout Factory release, that film from 2004. It had Colin Farrell, Angelina Jolie, Val Kilmer, Christopher Plummer, Jared Leto, and Rosario Dawson. No lack of star power in that one.
What if they call him Jerry?
Probably.
Think he gets that?
Oh, I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
Not anymore, but I'm sure he did.
But he's not Jared, right? He's Jared.
He's Jared. Jared.
Oh, ED, Jared.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And then Warfare from 2025, the story of a Navy SEALs team that in 2006 got pinned inside a house in Iraq during the American occupation. So pretty intense film there, coming out on 4K Blu-ray. But yeah, not a lot. It looked like there's quite a few stuff coming out later in July, but that's it for the first week, sir.
Well, then you know where that takes us.
Yeah, let's do it, brother.
Let's bring Russ and Maggie back for the music review movie.
Wow.
I got the hiccups.
Oh, Maggie, let's try to make this one not as long as our epic review. We just saw, what did we just go see?
We went to go see Megan 2.0.
Yeah, so this is a sequel to Megan, or M3 Gun, because the E looks like a 3, right?
Yes.
Maggie, a complete tonal shift from the first one, as the first one was kind of like a horror movie. This one bypasses the horror and is a completely different tone. What goes on in Megan 2.0?
There is this evil robot that is trying to be like Megan and trying to take over the world, and it's really bad and it's killing everybody, and it's like it's unstoppable.
Yeah, they kind of like a super soldier, and then it goes rogue and is capturing these things. So they have to get Megan to help get this. It's almost like a Terminator. You know, in the first Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger's Terminator, he was a bad guy. But in the second one, he's kind of the hero of the story. Very similar in this, because Megan is now the hero. It's up to her to stop this evil robot, which is pretty funny. And this robot is used from her original program. So it's insane. What do you think of the action?
The action was insane for Megan. They did a great job with her, as always. And I thought it was just so funny, such great comedy scenes and everything.
Yeah, we get Megan dancing again. We get her singing a song. And the entire cast, well, the cast that was left from the first one, they are in the second one as well, using the same people. And it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it a lot. Did you like it better than the first one, Maggie?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, it's a completely different storyline, but I think they had to do that because Megan had become such a popular character. Now you're kind of rooting for her in the story. Did you feel that way?
Yes.
All right. Anything else to say about Megan 2.0?
Nope.
Do you think people should go check it out?
Absolutely.
I think if you like action, some sci-fi with kind of being silly, then yeah, you should go check this out. Anything else?
Nope.
Until next time, boys.
Sayonara.
Megan 2.0.
Megan 2.0. I'll be taking my 8-year-old daughter on Sunday to go see that.
I love the first one.
It's a lot of fun, man.
I thought it was cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A little disappointed to hear, and I had actually read that before, that the horror element is not
Weird.
all there.
Weird that they would go a different
I know.
route.
I'm kind of bummed about that.
Yeah.
I've heard decent things about it. I'm glad they enjoyed it. I'm sure I'll enjoy it. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen the crazy popcorn bucket they have for it.
Uh-uh.
It's cool, dude. I probably have to end up getting it for Quinn. She wanted it so bad when we went to the theater last week, which we'll talk about in a minute. And they had all the buckets. They had like 10 different popcorn buckets at the AMC at South Center, man.
That's just become the deal now.
Yeah,
huh?
it is. In fact, we bought one, which I'll talk about later. There's so much to talk about later, even though we're at the end of the show. But yeah, looking forward to seeing Megan with Quinn. But yeah, thanks for the review there. It's good. Yeah, I think she's gonna dig it at least.
Cool.
Like, sounds pretty watered down for like my type of taste.
Yeah.
But as long as she enjoys it, that's all I care about.
Awesome.
So thank you for that review. Should we move to over under? Good
Brother,
sir?
let's do it.
Well, let's do it, sir. Last week, we had 2 films in the theaters, both of which I wanted to see, one of which I did.
Okay.
And that is the first one, Elio, brother. Elio.
Oh, you saw that?
Yes, the new
Oh,
Pixar
I'm so glad you saw it.
film. About a kid who just he's kind of an outcast a bit and wants to, he wants aliens to abduct him, basically, is what the crux of the story is.
He lays out and just
Yeah,
waits.
lays out with like, take me. And then, ends up getting taken.
Wow.
And then the adventure that ensues, lots of fun characters in
Really?
this. You mentioned last week, I think, when we were talking about the film, that it reminded you of Luca
Yeah.
and the way it looked.
Yeah.
Well, there's actually a lot of noise out there that this film takes place in the same world
universe.
as Luca.
Yeah.
Same universe, right?
Yeah.
In fact, there is an Easter egg in the film that is direct from Luca.
All right.
So so that's why they do, like, the characters do look kind of the same, right? But you know what? It was a well done film. Like I said, some really fun characters. The story's pretty solid, and it even got pretty emotional, which
Yeah.
I had heard about, but it's true. It's
that's
actually
cool.
So I would say it's absolutely worth a watch. The kids loved it.
That's good to hear.
All 3 kids loved it. In fact, we went out to lunch afterwards, and they wanted to go to McDonald's because they wanted to get more Elio toys, right? So.
Awesome.
So they really enjoyed it. I would put it somewhere in the middle of the Pixar catalog. So, it's not up there with the greats,
Yeah.
the Toy Story and Cars and, Monsters. It's not at that level, but it's better than a lot of the recent ones, I would say. Much better than Luca. Like, I'd take this over Luca any day. So really enjoyed the film. Now,
Cool.
they're saying the film bombed, right? Have you read that?
have
Now,
not,
it
no.
had the lowest opening ever for a Pixar film.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I did read that.
Now, the estimate was $20 million.
Yeah.
Okay, I said over.
Yeah.
You said over. And the actual was 20.8.
It went over.
So it went over, but it still, overall, was considered a bomb, I guess. So there's just a lot of talk about, like, what's going on with Disney, what's going on with Pixar. It's a good film, but people just don't care anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of sad because I think this film's getting very much overlooked. Like, it's not bad. It's a solid film. So I don't know, man. We're gonna have to wait and see. I think, are they only gonna be able to rely on, like, sequels?
Yeah.
Because people don't care about the new stories anymore. I don't know. It's
I don't care about the sequels.
right.
I
I
want
mean, if they
something-
made a new Cars, I'd be down. Of
Oh yeah,
course.
I'm with
Like,
you.
I don't need it.
I'm
I don't want another Toy Story.
Yeah,
Don't want it. Don't I? Not
yeah.
that I don't love that series, but done.
I think you're right.
They should have finished it after 3. 3
Yeah.
had the perfect ending,
They blew it with that Buzz Lightyear movie.
and then kind of blew it with that film,
The
right?
funny thing is, I enjoyed that.
I thought it was
liked
okay.
it, but I get why people did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wasn't. I didn't hate it, but I didn't really like it
Yeah.
either. But so Elio, we all liked it. So I
Good.
think it's absolutely worth a watch.
Good to
and
hear.
it went over. And then the second film last week, 28 years later.
Yes, sir.
God, I gotta see this film. The estimate was 35 million. I guaranteed an over.
Yes, sir.
You said under, and the actual was 30. That's it. Just 30. Damn it! I know. I was shocked. Now it did. Funny. Elio made 20.8 and considered it a bomb,
Yeah.
even though it went over.
Yeah.
And 28 years later went under, but was the opening record for the franchise. So take that for what it is.
Yeah.
But a couple people I know saw 28 years later and said, man, it is awesome. Like, just a great continuation of this series. So really looking forward to that. I don't have the updated scores just yet.
Okay.
But I know Myron Freeman got one right because he missed 28 years later as well. So he has 18. Not sure if the people behind got him right to tie. We'll let you know soon enough. All right. And there are 2 new films in the theater this week, and again, both of which I want to see, and both of which I'm gonna see. Damn it!
There you go.
Because we're going to see Megan, me and Quinn on Sunday.
Nice.
Megan 2.0. Thank you again, Russ and Maggie, for the review there.
What's it rated?
PG-13.
Okay.
PG-13, and what's cool is you can go, you might know this, but you can go to IMDb,
Yeah.
and it has a whole, like, a parent guide at the bottom of every movie, and
nice.
tells you, like, in detail, every, like, sexual content,
Okay.
language, violence, and then it'll tell you whether it's, like, mild or severe,
Yeah.
and even break it down. It's kind of spoiler alerts, but it'll tell you, well, if there's sexual content, this is what it is. right? So you know exactly, and it looks. I mean, in our household, this film ain't gonna be a problem for her. So,
Yeah.
like, it's some intense violence stuff, but she loves that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then there's one scene where a guy like takes off his shirt and gets on top of a girl and kisses her, but like 5 seconds later she pushes him off, and that's like
Kills and
that's
rips his throat
considered
off.
the sexual content for the film. So, so it sounds like I'm not too concerned about it. Megan, 58% on Rotten Tomatoes. Not great, but I kind of expected that. I will tell you, Waxwork Records just this morning announced the release of the Megan 2 soundtrack because
Nice.
they did the first film as well. In fact, they're doing a deal where you can get like the first record off for 40% off if you buy the second one as well.
Oh,
So
nice.
nice, cool looking, pretty vinyl from Waxwork for Megan 2. 18 million
Yeah.
is the expectation
Yeah.
on this one, brother.
I think I said over.
You did?
Yeah.
And I did as well.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
there's enough people that really like the
think so,
first
too.
one. And I feel like this is sort of like an entry point into horror for young people.
Uh-huh.
Like my daughter and like, people in that age range and up to 30, it's like the first one wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
It was PG-13 too, and it was a pretty easy watch.
Yeah.
So I feel like that helps, because I think even young folks can go see this film.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going a confident over on that one, brother.
All right.
And then the last film of this week is my most looked forward to film of the summer.
Yeah.
There's no other film I want to see more this summer. Really excited for this. Cohen and I are going to see it at 11:20 tomorrow.
Look out.
In IMAX.
Nice.
Can't freaking wait. And that is F1 the movie.
Oh, bro.
Yes, sir. A Formula One driver comes out of retirement to mentor and team up with a younger driver. This stars Brad Pitt, of course. I love
Yeah.
Brad Pitt,
Yeah.
man.
Yep.
There's a time where I did not like him.
Really?
At all. When he was in all like the chick flicks and stuff,
Oh.
I was just like, this guy. He's just a good-looking dude that's always in chick flicks.
Yeah.
And then it was 7 monkeys, 12 monkeys.
12 monkeys.
Then I saw him in that. And I'm
We
like,
even kill off
Yeah.
monkeys on this show.
and I'm like, holy hell, like this. Oh, no. It wasn't even that. It was True Romance, I think. Was the first one I saw him, and I was like, well, wait a second. This dude could do stuff other than just chick flicks. And then, of course, like Fight Club started, that was like the time where he started doing all kinds of crazy films. So
Yeah.
I'm, big fan of Brad Pitt. Damson Idris is in this. He plays his co-driver or his teammate. Javier Bardem is in this. Carrie Condon. And babe, when you see this film, look for me, brother. Look for me.
What?
Because they were shooting scenes during the Vegas race when I was there for that first Vegas race a couple
Really?
years ago. And that was the night where I was hanging out with a Switch, and they let me go into the paddock area, and then I got to sit at the start-finish line for the qualifying. And they shot scenes and told the crowd, like, hey, we're getting ready to shoot a scene, so can everybody look raucous and what? So we all got like wild and stuff, like.
Nice.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting. Obviously, you're not gonna. I'll be pausing the film when I can get it at home, just because I know right where I was sitting.
Nice.
But yeah, so that's kind of fun. This film is years in the making, and it was cool. They did a premiere that all the F1 drivers got to go to
Oh, nice.
and see, which was super cool. Alex Albon, I read his interview afterwards and what he thought about the film, and he said it was incredibly difficult to watch,
Wow.
because of how intense the racing scenes
Yeah.
were. He said he was so uncomfortable watching it, and he said he had years before that, he had talked to some Blue Angels pilots about Top Gun. Like, do you love Top Gun? And they're like, no, like I can't watch that film. Like it's too. So he said he felt the same way, for him being an F1 driver as some of these like fighter pilots that he talked to seeing
Interesting.
Top Gun.
Yeah.
And I make that reference because a lot of people are saying this is like a Top Gun, but for racing, like
darned.
F1. So I think it's supposed to be a lot of fun. Like it looks awesome too.
I bet it's
man.
gonna sound
Right? That's why I was like, and it was filmed for IMAX, so that's why
Yeah.
I'm like, I have to see this film
Awesome.
in IMAX. Like, and my son Cohen is super excited
Yeah.
because he watches F1 with me, and F1 25, the Xbox game that just recently came out
Right.
on PlayStation 2, it has that team. So like I'm doing a career mode and I'm Brad
neat.
Pitt, like, which is super cool.
That's
like,
cool.
They're in the game and like their likenesses and like.
Are you going to do a chick flick?
No, not gonna do a Chick-fil-A with it. Speaking of popcorn buckets, so
Yeah.
when we went and saw Elio, they had freaking popcorn buckets for F1 and their helmets, dude.
Yeah.
So freaking cool. So I got, and they had both of them. So both the drivers.
Oh,
right?
nice.
So we picked up Brad Pitt's, like the silver one.
Yeah.
And then Cohen desperately wants the other one. So if they have the other one tomorrow, I'll probably have to collect the whole
Yeah.
set. But super cool. Cannot freaking wait for this film tomorrow. 84% on Rotten Tomatoes too.
Nice.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
Like it sounds like this is just a really well-made film. Super happy to hear about that. I'm glad it doesn't suck. So I'll let you all know about it next week. If you're an F1 fan, go make it happen. Plus, you know, they're really hoping that this again kind of sparks more interest in the U.S. for F1, which I think it will.
Yeah.
Like it's already, especially Brad Pitt. He doesn't hurt, right?
Right.
And they did a whole red carpet thing at the premiere, and Tom
Cool.
Cruise showed up.
Nice.
So it was like Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise were taking pictures of the
That's
car and
neat.
stuff.
Yeah.
Super cool. Yeah, Brad Pitt did a lot of driving too. He got up to 198 in a Formula One car. He was so pissed that he didn't hit 200. Like he's like I'm devastated. I couldn't hit 200. But yeah, cannot wait for F1 the movie. The expectation on this one, $45 million.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, man. It's a lot of money.
God, what did I say?
You.
Right now, as I said, I want to say over.
Yeah, you said over,
Yeah.
and I said over as well. Let's hope it does well. I know, like I said, I bought tickets on Wednesday, which is when they announced the times for Saturday. And by the time I got on, like, we have fantastic, right in the middle, right in that first row, in the middle, or not very first row, but behind the handicap section and then the whole first section. So it's like right where I want to be for IMAX, like right in the middle. But now I look today and the theater's almost full. So like that's a
Wow.
good sign.
Yeah.
Good sign for F1
Yeah.
the movie.
Absolutely.
Cannot wait for it, man. Come on, bring it.
Beautiful.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful way to spend Saturday.
Yeah. Good weekends of the films, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna do Megan on Sunday. Go see Halsey Saturday. I'm gonna need a week off for my weekend.
Me too.
It's one of those.
All I'm doing is just trying to make my wife happy on her birthday. We're going to the fairgrounds, back to the fairgrounds again.
Oh, what's going on at the fairgrounds?
They have this big craftsman, not craftsman, but craft
Oh, okay.
makers kind of a
shoot. That sounds like right up Susan's alley.
fairgrounds thing. Yeah, me too. Because
true.
I'm sure there's going to be some.
Oh yeah, you know I was
3D
going to tell you about
print
that
folks
off the air, but whatever. Now I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to the farmers market here
Yes.
at Maple Valley?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I walked up to the booth
Yeah,
and there was the guy at the booth.
yeah.
Turns to another man and says, it points to me and says, "You see this guy?" He goes, "That's the guy you need to ask 3D question to. He's the expert."
What?
I'm like, holy shit.
How did he know you?
He and I had talked at another event.
Oh, gotcha.
And he just kept telling this guy how much I knew about 3D printing.
That's
and I'm
hilarious.
Like,
Well, does that guy
wow.
not actually 3D print himself? He just
He
sells
does.
stuff?
No, he does. He 3D prints himself, but he just went on. As a matter of fact, he had even used some of my ideas.
Really?
Yes. He goes, "Look what I did." He goes, "I did this because of you."
That's
And,
crazy.
oh, you know what? I remember when
Wish
I
I would
saw
have
him.
known that.
I saw him when I did the little event here in the neighborhood,
Right. Okay. Yeah.
and he was there.
Gotcha. Yeah,
And,
because we saw that booth and we're like, well, shoot, brother should be out here doing this.
Yeah, and he was
Yeah.
the guy was really
And he had like multiple people at his booth, and I
Yeah.
saw like some
Smart.
parents buy a kid one. Like,
Yeah.
So
yeah. He had some really nice. He had a nice setup.
yeah.
So, but
there you
yeah,
go.
he just kept telling everybody that came in, "Hey, there's the guy you want to talk to."
That's
It's
funny.
like, wow, he must have been really full of BS that day when we talked.
Oh, good stuff there.
Yeah,
Well, there you go, brother. That
I
is
like
this
it.
week's show.
that's beautiful.
Go to our website. It's www.dvdweeklypodcast.com.
Mm-hmm.
Fun and frivolity, like links to our Facebook fan page. We're
Like
over
it.
Under.
I like it.
Going strong with a fun weekend of films coming up. Email address is feedback@dvdweeklypodcast.com.
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget about the number.
406 426 1234.
Yeah, yeah.
There it is, brother.
Be prepared next week. Put on your seatbelt because we're going to have some commercials. It's okay. It's okay. Now, don't get downhearted now.
Sorry.
damn it.
I'm sorry. It's going to be
You know
great.
what that means? It's going to be great because, the quality of the show is going to go up. We might even hire some real hosts.
Sayonara!